right, so we are here at, I never can actually pronounce it correctly. So Scalarworks. Okay,
yep.
Gotcha. I call it Scalar, Scalar, I'm all over the place.
You know, yep. Ask Bill Geisley, he's got some stories to tell you about names.
Gotcha. Yeah, you know, you got a point about that. So I recently put up a post on social, raving about the Leap.
Thank you so much.
You know, it just, anybody, like I say, anybody who actually has to set up scope, they understand the pain involved, and the fact that you
well,
guys,
that was me.
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah, the fact that you're able to create a way where it just made it a lot easier. I almost love you for it.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem at all. So I just wanted to come over here and kind of talk about some of the newer products that you have and what you got in the works.
So one is refresh update to our Leap 7, which is what you were talking about.
Yeah.
It's our scope mount, which has our click drive quick detach mount. It has our level drive self-leveling system. It has our captured rings. Still lightest weight scope mount on the market, but it's actually 5% lighter than the previous one. And the killer feature to it is it has this accessory slot rail that lets you mount our new kick mount. This is the sidekick for RMRs. We have one for acros, and we're probably going to do one for some other platforms in the future. And it's available on the right hand and left hand for the southpaws.
Awesome.
The killer bit of this is the placement of the arm arm. That is the critical part of any of these offset mounts. So ours is actually takes its center of rotation from the buffer or the bore, which is where your shoulder interfaces with the stock. So when you rotate it naturally, it's going to rotate around there, and the arm is actually 35 degrees from the center right here.
Gotcha.
This is what keeps it so compact, so it just barely clears the turrets.
I love it.
We've tested it with all the good scopes that are out there.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
So it allows you to switch from one to the other significantly faster. Yeah.
God, that's pure.
More speed means more fun.
Yeah.
I want to take the time out to thank today's sponsor, Groove Life. Groove Life makes these awesome little wedding rings, but I don't care about those because I'm not married. But they do make these awesome belts that I think are incredible. That has actually replaced my go-to belt for concealed carry, especially if you carry appendix. So if you want to learn more about this belt, click the link in the description section, and I want to thank Groove Life for sponsoring today's video.
The second thing we've got out is our Peak 2 folding sights, our buoys. So again, lightest in the industry right now. Ultra low profile. It was very important to me that they be symmetrical so that whatever's on one side is exactly the same, both front and back. Nothing to catch on. It has this minimalist stock with a large and small aperture. Same plane. Windage adjustable with your thumb here, exactly the same way as our Peak fixed sights. And in the front, manually adjustable for elevation. The front sight, you see, is very, very compact, whether it's folded up or down. So it takes up very little space, so you can get your laser or switch or whatever right up against it.
Gotcha.
Rail space being as precious as it is now, everyone wants their guns to be shorter, but they also want, switches,
put everything
lasers,
on the world.
Everything, yeah, exactly. So this helps alleviate some of the problems with that. But the, kind of, again, killer feature of this is that we offer these in both, or we will offer these when they're in production, both a A2 height, which is standard, which everyone's been using for years, but also first and only 193 lower third co-witness iron sights. So same design, but slightly taller, so that if you use a 193 mount, whether it's ours or anyone else's, now you can finally, for the first time, co-witness. Because otherwise, with a standard A2, it shows up somewhere down here, so it's kind of useless. So people would want them canted, but that just gets in your way sometimes. And then for many law enforcement agencies, they can't run them canted. It has to, by SOP, has to run through the optic. So 193 has been kind of off the table for them because they're like, well, I can't qualify, la la la. Well, now there's an option.
That's freaking awesome. I love it. This is sexy looking irons.
Thank you. And last but not least is our Kick 01, the up kick. which adds 0.69 inches to any of our mounts or any of anyone's mounts. Ultra lightweight, ultra compact. You know, this is this MO with all of our stuff, and it fits really quite nicely since all of our mounts have this angle in the front and the same curve in the back, so it looks like a natural fit. And what's neat about this is that it 0.69 takes our 157-inch mounts, which are our most popular, you know, lower third co-witness height, and it elevates it to 2.26, which is the Unity tactical height. So if that's what you want to do, now you can take your Scalarworks setup and upgrade to that, and that means that you can also see your A2 height iron sights through the base, just like the Unity mount. And it weighs very, very little.
That's freaking awesome. I love this. That's so beautiful.
The scope mounts will be shipping early February.
February, okay.
The Sidekick sometime in March.
Okay.
And the iron sights, we're hoping June, July, something like that.
Okay.
And the riser will be sometime in May.
Awesome. Oh, these irons are fucking phenomenal.
Thank you.
Oh, God. Well, appreciate it, man.
Hey.
This was freaking awesome, man.
Thank you so much.
I love the work you're doing, man.
Thank you so much.
Just simply
Labor
gold.
of love.
Yes.
You know how frightening it is to think about what happens in the moments before, during, and even days after having to use your gun in self-defense? When you first start carrying a gun for protection, it can be a very scary and nerve-wracking experience, especially if you haven't gotten the education and training you need to feel confident. I've been there myself, hoping I never have to go through a self-defense shooting, which is why I'm a member of the USCCA. As a USCCA member, you can eliminate some of the stress of carrying a gun for protection by accessing the amazing wealth of firearm education, training, and current state-specific gun laws of your state or states you may travel to. This can help you be prepared for or hopefully even avoid a self-defense incident. As a bonus, members automatically become insured on the self-defense liability insurance policy purchased by and issued to the USCCA. Click below to learn more. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment and hit the bell and subscribe button.